What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am back reviewing another episode of this series, Kindred, which is based on the novel by the late, great Octavia Butler, science fiction writer. If you don't know what Kindred is about this young woman, a writer, who moves to LA, start her life over, and then when she gets to LA in modern day times, she keeps getting transported back to the past, back when black people were slaves. And she's back in those times. She met her mother in the last episode, who apparently had those time travel skills as well. So now in this episode, she gets back to modern day LA, and she's with her boyfriend Kevin. And now he's witnessed this, so he knows, listen, I seen you. You disappeared, you came back. But now she comes back. Remember, when she woke up, she scratched him. So now he has a big scratch on his neck and he's bleeding. He doesn't realize that. And she has this black eye. So it's like you come back in modern times with a black eye. And then as they're having this conversation, ding dong, the bell rings. It's her nosy neighbor. Remember the nosy neighbors from the last episode? And that neighbor's looking for her cat. And she's notices, Dana says, listen, I can't go to the door. You say I got this black eye. I can't go to the door. So you're going to have to go to the door. He goes to the door. He's forgetting he has the scratches on his neck. He goes to the door. The neighbor, she's nosy. You know them nosy neighbors. She's like, where's, the young lady? She's like, and she just started asking all these questions. Have you seen my cat? This, that, and the third. She's like, well, where is she? Speaking of Dana. And he said, oh, well, Dana is asleep right now. She said, well, can I speak to her? She's like, no. He tells her, no, she's asleep. She's like, she's asleep. So she goes back and tells her husband suspiciously, she's like, something is not right here. He says she was asleep. Then I overheard them talking, and something's going on. The cat is missing. Come to find out, Dana does remember holding the cat when she was transported back in time, and the cat is somewhere back there with Rufus back in time. That's what she believes. So Kevin's thing is, listen, we got to get out of here. I think it's this house that's transporting you. Let's go, let's go. So he takes her hand. He's trying to pull her out. And then she's like, I'm having one of those things again. I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling it. Oh, but before that, she called her aunt. Remember, she had a falling out. Dana had a falling out with her aunt. So she called her aunt. And she was like, what was it with my mother? Tell me. You said something about my mother's issues. What was wrong with my mother? Her aunt is a little reluctant. Then she says, well, she was having these hallucinations and seeing things that weren't there. And she said, in the accident when she died, did y'all ever find the body? And her aunt said, no. They think, apparently the parents were in the car and the car crashed or went into the water or whatever, and they never retrieved her body. So we are now putting two and two together. We're realizing that her mom she transported back in time while she was driving, which caused the accident. That killed her, that killed Dana's father. But to them, they think they're both dead. So very interesting stuff there. So anyway, as she's having this conversation with her aunt, getting some details, and that's when Kevin's looking for her, because Kevin's like, wait a minute, did she disappear again? So then, like I said, he was telling her, he said, listen, we got to get out of here. It's this house. I think it's this house. And she's like, I don't know what it is. And he's like, so he grabs her hand and he's like, let's go. And as he does that, they both get transported. She done brought him back to those times. But see, I said, damn, that's messed up. But then at the same time, that's kind of helpful because he's a white man. So now she has a bit of a protector now. So when they come back this time, Rufus done fell out of a tree. Rufus over there with his leg broken, and it's a black boy tending to him. He said, look, I'm going to get killed if this, that. They said, no, we can handle this for you. They come up with this story saying that they were strangers on the road. They found him. And it's like, Rufus is accident prone. Every time you see Rufus, something's wrong with him. When he was a baby, he was sleeping face down. Then he was in the water. Now Rufus done fell out of a tree. I'm like, this Rufus kid, like, what's going on with this Rufus kid? Just this little boy. And now they're in these time period. And look how Kevin is dressed. And so when they meet the locals, I'm saying nobody notices his modern outfit. But then as soon as I said that, the character said, Rufus's father said, what's with this costume or whatever? Then Kevin had to make up this story about being robbed by a gang of bandits. And this puts both him and Dana in an awkward situation because now him being her boyfriend, now he has to go into being her owner, her master, and he has to treat her a certain way. And he's not used to this. And I'm like, Dad, Kevin is like, look, when are we going to get back to modern day? Because this is too much for me. And so they're in these people's homes. They're trying to get Rufus situated, trying to work on Rufus. This is real tense situations. Dana's having an issue with Rufus's mother, who does not like her. You can tell she's a little bit jealous. Rufus has a conversation with Dana. He's pretty much telling her, you know, I seen you in him. So there's a connection. Rufus can see her in modern day, and I guess he can see her right before she transports back into slavery times. And really interesting stuff, really good stuff here. It's such a good show. I was sitting there like, wow, this is interesting. And like I said, I'm going to order the book. I'm going to read the book because I'm really loving this. We see Dana reading to Rufus, which is dangerous because in this day and age, in that day and age, you're not supposed to read, not supposed to be able to read. And then how dare you read to a white child? And that pisses the mother off, especially his mother. Rufus's mother is jealous that Rufus has taken a liking to Dana. She don't like that. And then we see Kevin trying to get used to dealing with these guys. And he's a different type of dude, and he has to deal with these. It's just a different era. Can you imagine? I can't imagine being stuck back in that time or going back in that time and having to deal with and face those things. So really interesting stuff here. So long story short, they have to stay. Kevin is told by Rufus's dad, like, listen, y'all are welcome here. Y'all can stay here until you get back on your feet. We could probably catch those bandits for you. He's pouring his heart, telling him things about him. So now we fast forward to the nighttime, and Dana and Kevin are in the room, and in walks Rufus's mother. I think her name is Margaret, and she's like, yeah, thank you for everything, but your little slave right there, she can't sleep in here. And she was like, I think I want to stay here. They're like, no, 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 no. Slave girl, you got to go up to the slave quarters. And, you know, imagine you're not from that era. And it's like, damn, I got to sleep in the slave quarters. And she was like, don't worry, it's right above. So it's like the attic. So she was up there going to go to sleep. And then you see Kevin down in his room, like he has his iPhone. He took pictures and he's listening to his music. And I'm like, that is trippy. The show is really trippy. And that's where they left us off with Dana going to sleep in the attic in the slave quarters. So really good episode. I'm going to watch the other ones and review those. Have you guys been watching this? Have you already binge watched? It's only like 8 episodes. I enjoyed it. I'm telling you, check out Kindred. Tell me your thoughts. Leave comments below. That's all I have for now. I will see you all in the next video.